Peace, peace, and peace. Come on in and close the door. How's everybody doing? I hope y'all are well. I'm praying for you, praying for your families. And I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. I'm actually starting to get recognized. People are approaching me in different places. Hey, I know you. And it's all good. I really just want to discuss whatever they saw, to be honest. But, once again, we got a treat for you today. We're literally going to be talking to a lady who lives in Nigeria. She's a single mom, raising, kids on her own. And she has a very, very interesting story. But before that, right, I got a few things to talk about. I got an opportunity, greatest privilege in the world, to drop my son off at Penn State. Y'all see right here, we got it going on. We are Penn State family right now. Nittany Lions in the building. Woo, 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 woo. That's how we getting down. But listen. Yeah, that was a privilege. Dropping them off at the main campus over there. Beautiful campus. Beautiful. The whole area is very safe and welcoming and clean. And man, it's I don't have any worries. I mean, honestly, I don't really have any worries at all. Anyway, my boy, he makes some pretty good decisions. I got faith in him. Besides, I talk to him every day. I'm missing him. Yeah, definitely. I haven't been away from him this long before, so it's all good. Also, want a chance to take this opportunity right here to show off my new camera. Yeah, it was a gift. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You know who I'm talking to. So that will enable me to actually do outside, videos, high quality, audio and all that stuff is good. So I'm happy to have gotten that right there. So I am excited, and I'm always excited whenever I do these podcasts. It's fun. This is really fun. And the fact of the matter is, we're getting out information that is going to help some people, hopefully, And with that said, let me take a sip. We are going to be calling our young lady right now. Okay, give me 1 second. Maybe she's gonna call. Let me see. There's a huge time difference between us and there. I think it's 7 hours or something. So she was making dinner or feeding her kids or something like that. But she will be calling in a second. Just give me 1 second. Okay, here she is. All right, hold on. Let's see. She may be. Okay, oh, wait, so she's calling on this one. Okay, well, let's see. Hopefully we'll be able to hear her. Give me 1 second here. I'm not sure. Hello. Hello. Oh, hello. How are you? Thank you for calling from Dash POV.
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. And we actually are recording right now. You're actually on the recording. I have you on speaker, and I know you're busy doing doing some other things. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Okay.
Correct.
All right. So briefly, just introduce yourself, like just your name, your age, maybe your occupation, and where you're from.
Okay, my name is Erika Nasimiu. I'm 50 years old. A mother to two. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay. I apologize. You're from Kenya. I originally said that you were from Nigeria. My apologies. Oh, okay. So Kenya.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay. So have you ever lived in the United States?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, you've never lived.
No.
Okay. All right. So well, let me see. What is it? Just a brief. Just give a brief understanding of what are some of the challenges of raising a young adult son without his father.
Okay. It is not easy. It is quite difficult because they tend not to listen to you so much. Like now he thinks he's a grown man. So we kind of fight a lot. We've been fighting for quite a while. I've been trying to get him to see the father, but he's totally refused. So I don't know what to do. I just let it be. Questions he keeps asking is, where has he been all this time?
Okay,
well, he wants to see me now.
Let me now right there. Let me hold you up real quick. I don't mean to interrupt you, but now when you say where has he been all this time? Now first, let me how old were you? I'm gonna ask you two questions. How old were you when he was born, and how old was he when his father left?
His father left when he was 7. I was about 35 when I had him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and he's how old again?
He's 18 now.
So he's from the age of 7 until 18. He hasn't had any kind of communication or any kind of relationship with his father.
There is no kind of nothing.
Wow. Well, what
I've tried to reach out.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, I've tried to reach out. He says actually there's really nothing they can talk about. So he said because I've stayed with him and my mom.
Hold on. I'm sorry. You're breaking up.
Children.
I'm sorry. You're breaking up. We didn't hear. Hello.
So
Hello.
much towards my mom.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, but like for about the last minute of what you said, you were breaking up really, really bad, so we couldn't hear you. Now, the last thing you said is you reached out to his father. You tried to reach out to his father, and what happened?
I think he didn't have the time. He was always busy, so he tried reaching out sometime last year, December, when my son was 17. But at that time, that is when my son totally, completely refused to speak to him. So apparently, that is when I knew on social media, Instagram, and was it Instagram? He used to follow my son, and my son used to follow him on Instagram. So when my son refused to get in touch with him, he blocked him on Instagram and all that. So my son totally refused now to speak to him from there.
Wow.
Because what happens is now he blames me, saying that based on his son against him. But it is not me. The boy grows seeing what is happening, knowing that mom is the one who does everything.
Right.
I tell him, okay, you need A, B, C, D. Please call your father. Tell him to get for you. He tells me, Mom, you're the one I've told. When you get money, that is when you'll do for me. I'm not going to tell him. So it's like that. Yeah.
Well, aside from that's it's kind of sad to hear. Well, not kind of. It's very sad to hear, but and I know I've heard this story so many times because it's so frequent. But let me ask you,
Yes.
what's your son's name?
My son's name is Ryan.
Ryan. And what type of young man? What type of young man is Ryan? Aside from the anger he has from, not having contact with his dad, what type of young man is he?
He doesn't speak much. He tends to keep a lot to himself. So for you to get something out of him, you really have to push and push and push and push. Okay, he used to be free. I don't know, maybe I'm too strict or something, I don't know. Or I'm too hard on him. But he used to talk to his grandmother most of the time. So I lost my mom early last year, and it hit him really hard.
I'm sorry.
So he tends to be, he's like, he keeps to himself most of the time.
Okay.
He doesn't speak much. Yeah.
Wow.
Unless I really push him, that is when he'll tell me, Mom, A, B, C, D, this and this is what has been happening.
Well, okay, so you said he was very close with his grandmother. Are there any other male influences in his life? Like, does he have uncles or any type of male influence?
Uncles. There's one that he looks up to. Though of late he doesn't go much to his place. I have to push him, like on Sundays, you're going to go with the uncle to church, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's not getting any trouble or anything, is he?
Oh, sometime last year he got into trouble. But he's changed quite a lot, yeah. He's still in school.
Oh, boy, that's great.
Yeah, he finishes his high school this year, end of this year.
Oh, that's great to hear. So what does he have any plans for after high school? Is he going to go to college or?
Yeah, he wants to go to college, but he's really also he's looking into venturing into football more.
Ah, okay. So he's into sports. Well, that's great.
He's good.
Yes, that's
it. Yeah, he's into sports.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm looking
Actually,
at
that is what has kept him. That is what has kept him out of trouble.
Oh, really? Football?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because when he goes to train, whenever he goes to train, he goes to play, he comes back too tired to do anything, just to shower, eat, and sleep.
Okay, well, that's a good thing. Got to keep him busy. Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
I know. You have to keep him busy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me. I just got one more question for you. What advice, if any? Well, actually, I have two more questions. This question is: what advice, if any, do you have for mothers raising sons on their own?
Okay, for mothers raising sons on their own, it's not easy. But really try and be close to your son, because a lot is happening out here. There is so much that's happening, especially if they're in school. If you don't talk to your children, you don't know what is happening. I've seen women losing their children to suicide because they go to school, they get sodomized. I've had to change my son from school twice because
Wait.
in school.
Wait, hold on. Let me interrupt you for a second. Excuse me. Now hold on. What
Yeah.
you said? What?
In schools, high school, right now, what is happening? You have to talk to your children. What is happening in school? There is a lot of bullying. There is sodomy going on in school, and
Wow.
children are bullied. Boys are, especially in boys' boarding school. He was in a boys' boarding school. So
Oh.
boys' boarding schools are terrible.
In your
So
country.
unless you are close to your son, you wouldn't really know what is happening.
Mm.
So because he used to speak to his grandma, that is how we got to know. So he told he went to school, he did 1 month. So the grandma told me, you have to remove this boy out of this school, otherwise you're going to lose him as you're watching, because there is drugs and there is sodomy.
Wow. Wow.
So you have mothers. Okay, I know single mother, we tend to be very, 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 very strict and hard on our children. So we just have to tone down a little bit. Just tone down a little bit and get to know exactly what is happening.
Good advice.
Because these children have 2 faces. They'll come to you, they wear one face. They're with their friends, they have another face. They're in school with their teachers, they have another face. So as single mothers, we tend to be very protective. We should just, if somebody comes to you with something, listen and try and find out, is this really happening? Because it could be happening, it could not be happening.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to listen to our children and try to watch what they're doing. The world today is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you in regards to that, I actually had a conversation with someone, and you know, in my opinion, it's not just today. What it is, in my opinion, a lot of the you know, anti-godly type stuff, and you know, all the craziness that's going on, it's because of social media and because of the technology we have now, we're more aware of it.
Yeah.
You know, so now we're like, wow, like the world is really this crazy. So, you know, and I just, like I said, I have one more. Now, you know, I thank you for your honesty, your openness. I really appreciate it, because this is going to help some people. But one last question: what regrets, if any, if you have any, what regrets do you have in regards to being a single, deciding to raise your child on your own? Well, you said your dad, the father, left at 7, so I guess you didn't imagine you were going to do it on your own. But if you had to,
Yes.
you know, if you had any regrets, what would they be?
I would say I wouldn't have any.
Hold on, I'm sorry. You're breaking up. You're breaking up really bad. You're breaking up again. What did you say again?
Okay, is that better?
Yes. Yeah.
I wouldn't say, okay, it is not easy. It hasn't been an easy journey. But say I don't have any regrets. I think I've done the best I could. I'd say maybe if I was with the father today, he would not be where he is. He would be maybe a different person. But I thank God that we are where we are. My brothers have helped me. My mom really helped a lot. And he's with God. I think he'll be okay. He'll be fine. Because right now he's 18. He's finishing school now. He has to face the world. Where we are now, I tell him, if you do anything wrong, it is you and the law. There is no mom. You won't call me to come and stand for you. It is just now you and the law. So you have to know how to.
Oh, you told him when he got in trouble. You told him it was just him and the law. I got you.
Now he's turned 18. Now it is him and the law. It is not under me anymore.
Right.
Yes, well, his mother. Into trouble now. The law will deal with him. Mom will not be there to try and save him because he's now 18.
Right. You know, and I'm going to tell you,
really careful now.
I'm going through the same thing. You know, watch my son just he turned 18 in April, and it's like a lot of things changed. You know, things that I was responsible for or calls that I could make for him. Specifically, you know, we had an instance where he got a second bank account, and I tried to call to get some information about that account being open, and they literally told me, well, he's 18, we can't talk to you, sir. We have to talk to him. And I'm like, oh, wow. All right, let me get out of the way. So it's like, you know, we have to get to that point, but we have to make them understand that as well. You know, we have to make them understand that, you know, there's going to come a point, like, I'm always going to be here. You know, I'm going to try my hardest to protect you, but, you know, once you get to a certain age, you know, there's very little that I can do. You're going to be more responsible for your actions than I am. But, you know, I guess that's the challenge. You know, I'm a single dad as well. I know, you know, we talked before. So it's like, I know some of those challenges. Except, you know, sometimes dad's a little more aggressive and a little more scary. You know what I mean? But listen, we're going to end this. We're going to end this. I know you were busy, and I know there's a huge time difference, so I know it's like the evening and you're doing other kind of things, but I really appreciate you calling in and sharing your story. We're going to check out whatever comments we get, and if we could get, you know, any kind of advice, I'll definitely be sure to pass that on to you, and I will send you a link for this video so you get an opportunity. All right? Well, thank you, Erica. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, you have a good rest of your evening, okay?
All right, you too. Thanks.
All right. God bless you. Bye.
God bless you.
Wow. Let's give Erica a hand. You know, it's like hearing those stories like that. You know, I get it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. People say don't put your number on social media. Of course, that's not my personal phone number. Come on, give me some credit. All right, that is the number 2. You know, the ministry, the nonprofit. So anyway, it's like, oh man, I read through some of these texts and the emails, and I listen to some of the voicemails, and it's like, wow, like there are some moms and some dads who are having a very hard time with their children based off of unforeseen circumstances, based off of, you know, things that are way outside of that parent's control, you know, and that's the purpose of this podcast. We want to create a community. We want to create a community, a safe space where people can come and speak their truth, where people can come and not complain, and we don't want to hear that. You know, everybody has complaints, all right? But what we want is sincere individuals who have sincere interest in some resources that some of you may have and others don't. Or they have a need for some advice based off of experience, not off of what you think. So, for instance, if someone has an 18-year-old son and they have they have issues and they're looking for some advice, well, if your oldest kids are 5 years old, then please don't give this person advice because you have no clue. You know, we need people who have the experience, and that's why creating this podcast was probably the best idea that God gave me, because it gives a longer reach, a longer extension. As you can see, this lady's from Kenya, you know, and I appreciate that too. There's something that, you know, there are people who are actually watching these, you know, videos, or maybe checking on some of the TikToks and stuff that I make some silly stuff sometimes. But anyway, it extends the reach and it connects a lot more people. You know, so you have, with the more people you have, the more experiences you have, and that's the purpose of this podcast. So I appreciate people who are willing to call in, give us their, you know, their challenge or whatever, and then hopefully what the goal is that we have people who respond in the comments, and so these individuals can either read some of those comments and get some of that and improve their relationships with their kids, or whatever. And so that's the purpose. We know what it is. Let's complete this mission. You know, let's do this. Let's help each other. what's the old saying when I was younger? It takes a community to raise a child. Well, the community that we have now is huge. It extends to other countries. So the thing is, like, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for individuals not to be able to share resources or share information or share experiences, especially on a platform like this. So thank you, Lord, for giving me the idea. And thank you, Lord, for strengthening this channel, for building the viewers, and for just all around making this productive. You understand? I hope so. It's all good. It's all good. Let's take a quick break. All right. And we are back very quickly. And I just wanted to end this by, like I said, once again, thanking you all for supporting this channel. I'm looking forward to some big things going on with this channel. I'm telling you, I'm so excited. I'm excited, you know, and I'm glad you're here to witness this. So I just ask that you like, share, subscribe, help us out, help build this community, help get more people involved. Because like I said, the overall goal is to raise our kids better. The overall goal, get our kids out of the streets. Get some more productive things on our kids' minds. Show them some more love. A lot of our kids are very angry, very angry. And a lot of them do not know how to articulate what it is that they're going through. We have parents who are questioning our kids about, what's going on with you? Talk to me. And they don't understand that it's you. It's you and some of your behaviors that got them upset. And they don't know how to tell you that. So if you do have a situation where you're not able to talk to your kids, like Erica just mentioned, like, people don't pay attention. I don't know if you guys know or not, man, the suicide rate for teens is extremely high. Extremely high. Kids are just giving up. And I know for a fact, let me give you a little testimony about myself real quick. I told you on this channel, I'm going to be an open book. I attempted to take my life twice as a teen. Once with pills. I ended up in the hospital getting my stomach pumped for 3 days and ended up going into an adolescent mental facility as a result. And still didn't get any help. Second time, I tried with a pistol. Exactly. Ended up with a scar on my head and different things of the sort. And I know it was God that brought me through that. It wasn't luck or anything like that. But the bottom line is, I had reached a point where I was only 15. I was 15 years old and I was finished with life. I was done. I was fed up. Why? Didn't have anybody to talk to. I was going through a lot of stuff in life and I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't even know how to talk about it. And it's the same today. Our kids are going through stuff. They're going through experiences. There are things happening to our kids that we would be ready to go to war if we knew. And it's because our kids don't trust us enough to come and talk to us that they feel like they have to go through this stuff by themselves. And then resentments start to develop. Our kids start to resent us because they feel as though we weren't there when we should have been. Because we're paying attention to living our best life. We're paying attention to all the likes and validation that we get from social media instead of paying attention to being parents. Instead of realizing you got to make certain sacrifices. You got to give up certain things to be a good parent. And don't tell me I don't know, because I know. I know for a fact. I'm raising two on my own. So we got to get more in touch. We, as adults, got to start discussing things. We, as adults, got to start checking each other. And we, as adults, got to stop being offended when someone's checking you in a manner that's intended to help you improve. Why are you angry at someone who is striving to help you improve? They care enough about you to give you some constructive criticism, to give you some information that's going to help you better yourself, and you get offended. Grow up. Grow up, especially if you're a parent. Them little kids, all that childishness and all that nonsense and all your little feelings and all that nonsense. Grow up. Your kids need you more. Feel me? And I ain't mad at you. It's just sometimes people need to be spoken to aggressively. Sometimes all the pacifying and being soft and worrying about your feelings and all that other nonsense. Sometimes we gotta throw that out the window and just keep it real. Keep it a buck. Feel me? But it's all love. I know those of you who know. Those of you believers who really know. One of the most well-known disciples in the Bible was no joke. He was feared. Feared. Even as a disciple, even as a messenger of God, even as a deliverer of the good news, he was feared. Read some of those letters. If you didn't know, the New Testament, most of those books, Corinthians, Ephesians, Philippians, all those are letters to churches, to people who lived in certain areas. For those of you who don't know, read those letters. You'll get a great idea of who Paul was. He didn't care about your feelings. He cared about the mission that God put him on. He cared about the individuals who God sent him to reach. He didn't care about your feelings. But he did love you, though. Just like I love you, just like the Lord loves you. And people who love you are going to tell you like it is. Regardless of your little delicate feelings. And with that, I'm going to say God bless you. I'm praying for you. And until next time, peace.